All
Yeah,
right.
let's go to a neighborhood that's actually friendly.
All right, let me just send out the links.
I'm setting up the YouTube thing as I speak. In the meantime, I'm a mute for like 5 minutes.
Got it.
Be right back.
Dang, I won simply based on this person disconnecting. I I more or less feel bad for that person because they were actually winning.
Now you know how I feel.
No, no, I don't. I don't. Are
What do you
you?
mean you don't?
Taro, I'm about to
Yeah?
give you some advice that may be old-fashioned at this point, but I still feel it's applicable.
Oh god, what is it?
Your significant other is always right.
That being
The
said,
significant other is always right, especially when they're not.
Yes.
that being said, uh, babe, how do you feel about being right all the time?
Oh, dear God. So, before we get further into this pit we're apparently digging for ourselves, I will just point out the Megatron versus Frieza death battle has gone live.
Oh Lord.
Oh.
Oh Lordy.
And my only real complaint here is that they used the wrong Megatron. The legit only reason they're using him is twofold. One, most people think of the G1 guy. And two, he's silver. And Frieza's purple and silver.
I thought he was
That's
white.
it. Purple and white, close enough. Like, close enough. Like, if you look at the different versions of G1 Megatron, you realize they're nothing like Frieza. Even compositing them and cherry picking the traits you want doesn't make them similar. If they put him against Unicron Trilogy Megatron, maybe specifically Cybertron Megatron as, Galvatron, then you'd have something. But they didn't and they don't. It's just stupid.
Built stupid.
Assembled incorrectly. I was just built wrong in every way. I should not exist. But yeah. So far, the only death battle in recent memory I've enjoyed was Discord versus Bill Cipher. And even then, Discord lost. So yeah.
Alright, I'm almost done with the links. And then I'm gonna look up this fight
I guarantee you, in this particular case, Frieza's gonna win. Because the character I want to win never wins, and I want Megatron to stomp him.
If they pull out like any of his like Dragon Ball Super forms, this fight is gonna be disgusting.
Are you kidding? G1 Megatron may be powerful, but even in base DBZ, Frieza is basically capable of kicking his ass.
I know, which is why if they use frickin'
Golden Frieza or Frieza Black.
yeah, if they use those, it's just disgusting because he's already strong enough to fight the guy.
Stop! Stop! He's already dead! Plus, let's face it, Transformers have had a history of not doing too well on Death Battle.
Optimus did pretty well.
I legit forgot about his fight. I think that might be the only time a character I wanted to win did win.
He was fighting Amuro Ray though.
Well, yeah, the matchup was horribly mishandled. Just like with Megatron. You want to know what fight we should have gotten? Cybertron / Galaxy Force Optimus Prime against God Gundam. Or Burning Gundam for those of us in the States.
Oh damn! This fight opens up pretty. The fight opens with a pretty cool shot. I'm not gonna lie. Frieza tries to pull a Planet Vegeta, and Megatron's just like no, and shoots it with his cannon.
Very quickly, what was the
How
things
much-
you said? You tell me the character sheet again?
Your character's name. For class and level, you just put your rider name.
He breaks out Golden Form.
For race, put human, and then your alignment. For alignment.
Okay.
Yeah, Frieza broke out Golden Form.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay. I need to go make food now. See y'all later.
Later.
And they broke out the black hole powers for Megatron.
Ooh.
Wondering why Megs didn't bring this out sooner.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
Black Form.
Bullshit. Alright, what's the next fight gonna be? Oh. Okay. Gojo versus Makima.
I told you Megatron was gonna lose.
Yeah, I'm calling bullshit on that fight. Anyway. Hello, everyone! Welcome back
At
to the
what point were
stream.
Dragon Ball characters immune to fucking antimatter?
We are back with what will probably be the finale of Miles Morales. I'm joined, as always, by Mekumon and Taro. Wait, is Taro still here? Taro is not here! He left! Okay! So it's just me and Mekumon.
Yo.
Just in case Taro and Webb come back, I'll put on the put on my camera that shows the game footage.
And we're off to a brilliant start today, complaining about the most recent death battle.
Like, I usually don't really like. I watch Death Battle because the fighting's cool, and the info they give on characters is also pretty neat.
Like, I will give them credit where due with the Bill Cipher versus Discord fight. They did their research really well for that one, and the fight was very well animated. I especially love that brief sock puppet interlude. But the Megatron versus his Frieza fight, like, I'll give them credit for having Megatron last as long as he did, but like, they picked the wrong Megatron to go against Frieza, and they knew it. They even kind of acknowledged it in the breakdown afterwards. At least as far as I could tell. I had the thing muted, so I'm only looking at the text stuff. With one of the only weaknesses they attributed to Frieza at that time was vulnerable to antimatter. So how did Frieza survive the black hole attack?
I'll give you 3 guesses who's on the naughty. And they all start with
Beyond that, they also note that he's notably faster and stronger than Megatron. Well, yeah, you're scaling a G1 Megatron to friggin' Dragon Ball. Are you starting to see why this fight wasn't fair?
I think I know why it wasn't fair. Because the anime fans have been harping on Death Battle for years, because a lot of the times the anime character loses.
Which is even funnier, because if they brought in Cybertron, Megatron, they have the excuse of no matter who wins, an anime character wins.
Yep.
Who am I kidding? The anime fans who were complaining about Death Battle would still be complaining that, oh, the only way an anime character wins is if both characters are from an anime.
Yeah, I'm missing a thing. A cache from here.
Lost them.
Like, I'm just gonna put it to you this way. There's a reason why I say specifically Cybertron Megatron would have been the ideal matchup against Frieza, especially if they included the super forms, which they did. Dragon Ball super forms are both here. And that is simply because that Megatron is the only one to actually obtain godly power. So far. At least as far as I know of, because I haven't seen too many of the comics.
I'm keeping my eye on you, Earthspark Megatron.
Whoa! Hey! Not cool!
That was a joke. Please laugh.
I mean, yeah, at the very least, Earthspark Megatron was still siding with 50 Autobot as of the season finale, but let's see how long that lasts. But, like, the power of Unicron, the power of a dark god. Armor that effectively regenerates him even after death. Like, remember that? In Transformers Cybertron, instead of Optimus dying for a brief period of time, it was Megatron.
I do remember that.
And Megatron legit willed himself back to life through sheer force of will, your rage, and the power of the armor of Unicron. The armor he forged from Unicron's remains. Like, this guy basically absorbed a fraction of Unicron's power and was swinging it around casually like no one's business by the end of the show. It's telling that Optimus tapped into both the power of the Matrix and Vector Prime's gift for him in order to actually stop Galvatron. Unlike the Armada version of the character, I'm comfortable with calling the recolor here Galvatron because at the very least, he obtains new powers with that recolor.
Seriously, there is a cache that I'm missing, and I have no freaking clue where it is.
Not your lucky day. Sorry.
The hell was that? Nothing. Must be on edge. The hell was that?
Well, you'll find it.
I better.
That much I know for certain. You will find it.
Guys, Spider-Man might be here.
Like, it's gonna keep bugging you until you do, so you're inevitably gonna find it.
You're done.
Even if it takes the occasional break and looking up a walkthrough to do it.
Hello? He's here? On it.
Pay attention! Could be Spider-Man!
Thing. Hey, got someone out cold.
And then just staying on brand, I'm gonna stop talking about the death battle now.
Thank you.
Someone come help me.
Because, like, there's all, like, I get it. Like,
I want to rant, but at this point, I am just repeating myself and talking in circles. I know I'm not adding anything new.
I mean, this argument has been made so many times by so many other people. Like, the last death battle I saw was actually very interesting in that not a lot of people were actually upset over who won. It was...
I mean, the only time I saw that happen recently was, again, the Bill Cipher Discord fight.
The one I saw was the Guts fight with a character from Fire Emblem, I think. Because, like, even, like, the hardcore Berserk fans know that
Why are there always more
Guts doesn't have the best track record when it comes to fighting human opponents. Or humanoid opponents, at least.
We've got someone down! Everybody search!
And
Hey, Evan, you still on patrol? Something's not right. Someone check on Evan. I
the
got this one.
the guy that won at the after he killed Guts, because of his brand of sacrifice, Guts became a target to all these demons that wanted to eat his soul. And the guy that killed him actually went back to fight the demons to save Guts' soul.
Has to be Spider-Man.
And most of the comments were just about that and how, like, amazing that was. Like, I even commented on that video. Like, I was expecting people to be upset that Guts lost, but all I'm seeing is mad respect for the guy that beat him because he went back to try and save his soul.
Funny that you mentioned the whole soul thing. So, in the Discord versus Bill Cipher fight, they acknowledge that it is possible for Discord to still keep fighting even when his physical body dies, because it has been shown on the TV show itself that his physical body could be destroyed and his spirit will just still keep wandering around doing his thing until he regenerates. Bill Cipher only had to win by destroying that soul. But here's why I actually see nobody arguing, okay, that's bullshit. You could argue that Discord still won because his goal was never to win the fight. He was never trying to kill Bill. I didn't even realize I made that reference until the word Bill came out of my mouth. Either way, so it's basically all centered around how the fight is built up to begin with. The fight is, like, the animation starts off with Bill Cipher causing weird Mageddon in Equestria. The fight ends with Discord's soul being destroyed,
but you need to listen.
but Bill Cipher being trapped back in his home dimension.
Unstable new form into it.
The length of your message has exceeded this user's limit. Please hang up and...
I'll call her later.
Alright, we got all of the tech stuff. Alright. Here we go.
I am continuing to savor the irony that is Discord used Bill Cipher's own tactics against him and invaded Bill's mind. And even Bill's like, you're doing my shtick?
Yo, someone saw a weapons deal going down nearby.
The reason Discord lost is because, well, Discord's not used to fighting things that are as powerful as he is. He has a tendency to underestimate his opponents.
Pretty bold.
Repeatedly. If Discord had been taking the fight seriously, he could have genuinely won. But it's just not in Discord's nature to take something like that seriously.
And that's one more arms deal stopped in progress. Good work, me.
And of course, two chaotic fourth wall breaking gods of anti-logic here. Of course, they'd be essentially active throughout the entire episode. Even in the recaps of like all of their miscellaneous abilities, as they're being broken down for the audience, there's purple text and gold text representing each of the fighters basically commenting and throwing smack talk at each other before the fight begins.
Alright, do you have the stream up?
Sorry about this, Nick.
Yes, I do.
Alright, so, shit just got real.
You got tased.
So, story-wise, I tried to get this suit before the Trinity Church mission.
Let Krieger and the Tinkerer kill each other.
Because,
Go back to being Spider-Man when the heat dies down.
And what,
because
just hide down here? I
that
don't get to
mission
pick and
and
choose
this,
my Spider-Man. I gotta
like,
stop him.
headcanon-wise, I
You
feel like
gotta survive.
after all of that, Miles would take off the mini Prowler suit.
You want me to survive so bad? Why sell me out to Krieger?
Wasn't a sellout.
Yeah.
In my mind, like, Miles might have still had some hope that his uncle was working at some degree of undercover in attempts to, like,
That's the best you can
break
do.
down current employer.
You threw me in a
But
cell.
after this,
Like,
yeah,
this is
most definitely
protecting
he'd
me?
take the suit off. This is just direct betrayal. Any hope he would have had, probably
And I'm not
squished.
gonna let people die just to save my skin. You underestimated me.
Damn it, no! Don't fight me on this!
I don't want to, but I can't stay down here.
Then I'll do what I have to. Keep you safe.
This cloaking tech. I need to short it. This isn't about me at all. It's about you. You're afraid.
Don't you turn this on me!
When are you gonna understand that I have to fight for this city?
When are you gonna understand you can't do that if you're dead?
Gotta stay away from that shield.
And honestly,
My dad
this
can
fight
see us
actually
now.
kind of hurt.
He'd understand
It's a
that
good
I-
fight
you can-
too, though.
It is a good fight, and you can easily see both people's points of view.
You don't realize I'm the only one
All
trying
Uncle
to save
Aaron
you.
wants to do is just
I'm
keep
trying
his
to save
nephew
everyone
alive.
else.
Especially after his own brother died. Doing exactly what Miles is trying to do.
So I can just imagine Aaron's mind is going through a horrifying cycle of deja vu.
You think you can beat the Tinkerer? Roxo, you can.
I have to try. What the?
You got tricked. Roxon countered it. Didn't your mentor teach you about picking your battles?
He taught me to put other people ahead of myself. I gotta stay away from those things.
Get back.
You can't counter every trick.
You don't get how the real world works.
Like, they legit just summed it up in that one exchange there. I'm just trying to save you, and I'm trying to save everybody else.
Don't say his name.
You want your mom to bury you too? I won't let you.
Holograms? More time than your buddies at Roxxon?
I attack. You can't keep up. You're naive, nephew. Still the kid looking up to Spider-Man.
No, I'm the kid who knows people are looking up to me.
Okay, that line was like... You can tell Miles is hurting
You're
from
not
that
gonna
one.
accept me
Yeah.
as
You want your mom to bury you
Is that
too?
gonna take?
You're right. I'm done letting my family die trying to play hero.
Ooh!
Like, this is a really good fight.
It is! Probably like the best fight in the game.
How far will you take?
Because it's built up, there's
I know I messed
stakes. Both characters have an emotional investment in what's going on,
We're
as do
family.
the audience.
Family? That didn't stop you from lying to me, manipulating me, fighting me? Being family isn't enough anymore.
Doesn't have to be like this. You, me, hating each other? That's how it happened between me and your dad. I don't want to repeat that.
I don't either. But I can't be the person you want to turn me into. I can't turn my back when people need me. I have to be better than that.
Ouch.
Genki, my uncle just kidnapped me. Locked me up.
What? Dude, are you okay?
I had to fight him. Then I said
That's the
told him
Jeff
I'm done.
and the
For
Peter
good.
talking at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
That can't have been easy.
It's what I had to do. I'm headed to the Science Center. Call me if things get bad in Harlem.
I will. Good luck, Spider-Man.
So I love how they just pretend like this thing was here the entire time.
You see him close renovation?
This clearly wasn't in the
ground
previous
moves right.
game.
Vin's gotta be inside.
Hope I can be there to see the explosion. It'll change everything. Vince ran the city for years. After Plaza, take his place.
Yeah, like, what even is this?
The Oscorp Science Center.
I mean, depending on what part of the map you're in, we might have just not seen it.
No, it's on the west. It's on the west side by the docks in Harlem.
Okay, yeah, this was never here.
Yes, this was never here. They added it. They added it here for story.
Well, it's their universe. They're allowed to retcon that.
A lot more people I hate.
Yeah, that was never there.
Not the underground one.
Yep.
Would have been cool if they had put this there in the previous game.
Like in the remaster,
I mean-
they could have like.
In the remaster, they could have legit done that. They've altered character models. They could have added some more to the map. But then again, I'm no video game developer, and even I know that would have taken a lot more time and manpower.
Yep.
Because not only do you gotta design this, you gotta implement it, you gotta code it, you gotta test it, gotta repeat till it doesn't break. Even if all they did was just take the version they were implementing into Miles and brought it back for her Spidey 1, like, there's still gonna be problems they'd have to work out, and it would have taken a while.
Yep.
Like, for everybody who thinks this stuff's easy, oh, you just gotta sit and code all day, it's a lot harder than you think. Because there's a lot of trial and error that goes into it. Oftentimes there's problems that just refuse to be solved.
And let's not forget, there are impatient fans who decide to send death threats because the game's not coming out when they want it. That didn't
I'm
happen.
not sur-
That didn't happen for
Like,
this, but it happened for Cyberpunk.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I both am and am not surprised that fans have done that. You know, there is a wise phrase from another person in the field of video games. A delayed game is eventually good. A rushed game is forever bad.
I mean, I feel like there's more to it than that, but I also agree.
It's a very simplified view of how it looks, because, like, yeah, even if it gets patched down the line, like, that first impression is never gonna come back.
Yeah. Also, like, you have some games that are like rushed, but are still like really good, like Devil May Cry 4.
Or, hey, look at Majora's Mask.
Yeah.
Majora's Mask had a very, very rough time crunch to it.
Also, freaking New Vegas.
Like, both these games, Majora and New Vegas, had, like, maybe a year tops? 2 years tops? And look, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. New Vegas definitely wears that reduced development time on its sleeve when I play it. I've suffered more crashes in New Vegas than I have in Fallout 3. And the only reason Fallout 4 has crashed worse is because I load mods. That is about it. Like, when I did my initial test playthrough without the mods, I genuinely didn't crash nearly as bad as I do now.
Right. Let's see what kind of security they've got. Same kind of barrier they had at Gym Theater.
Like, especially if you're going into the area around Diamond City. There's so much shit in that area that, like, between the mods and what's actually going on down there, it is basically a death zone.
Like that giant spinning mobile.
Which, hilariously, is why one of the mods I downloaded was to reduce the amount of shit going on in that area.
Yeah, this'll work. Yeah, that doesn't line up.
Like, there's gotta be some way to connect that. There you go. At least I thought that would be.
Yeah, I don't get it. What the hell?
Like, by all accounts, it should work. It should connect.
This'll work. Need to wire it to the shacks.
Unless you're supposed to connect what's up here
Oh!
over to them directly.
Got it. Sticky and conductive.
There we go.
One down.
Oh, this is gonna work. This is working. A couple more.
Oh, wait, there's nothing on this building. Damn it. Oh, wait! Daisy chain.
Yes. Saw one more. Can't believe how well this is working.
Yeah, admittedly, that was something I was gonna suggest, but I didn't realize there was a name for it.
I don't even remember the first time I heard daisy chain. All I know is it works. It's applicable. You're running a chain or running a line through multiple conduits.
Time to break the underground's toys.
I can only wonder what Miles feels like with all that energy running through him.
It's got to be like a sugar rush.
Yeah, I was thinking kind of along the same lines. Either a sugar rush or he's just tingly all over.
Winning the science fair, getting to show off our converter here. We were so proud.
Since we're getting a good look at Miles in this suit as we're looking around, I'm just going to offer you a fun fact. You know the symbiote suit? The one that we're going to get very, very familiar with in the next game when that comes out?
Mm-hmm.
She's got to be further inside.
The original design for the black suit in the comic book, as submitted by a fan and purchased by Marvel, actually was black and red instead of black and white.
You're joking.
No. It was black and red. The design was very similar to what we have now, but the spider and the eyes were red.
We need to finish this. You and me.
That's interesting.
She's got to be with our project. Down that hall.
Come on, molasses. I want to see our project while we're still young.
I'm coming. Hey, where'd they put us?
I've got the museum map on my phone.
Let's
Our
face it,
project's in a
like,
special
to
exhibit
some
on the
degree,
top
Miles
floor.
is enjoying
Can't
wandering
wait to
around
see our
here.
names on the little
Yep.
sign, like real scientists.
Today,
Ooh.
Oscorp Science Center. Tomorrow, every major museum in the world.
Since the mid-20th century, scientists have envisioned human habitation beneath the sea. Looking out your window, someday you might see the brightly striped clownfish, or even the menacing anglerfish.
I'm naming that one Howard. You name one.
Leviathan.
Love it!
Algae farms are the key to sustainable, healthy living beneath the sea. Commercial and industrial algae cultivation is already used in a number of products, from colorants to pharmaceuticals.
I wonder what algae tastes like.
Probably kale.
Ugh.
I love
hate
how
kale.
Finn goes for Leviathan and Miles just named one Howard.
No, I think Finn was the one that named it Howard. Miles was the one that named it Leviathan.
This model combines
That's not what the subtitle said.
with the deep sea
Oh.
integrity of an unmanned
Whoops.
underwater vehicle. Oscorp's prototype would unlock new possibilities in humanity's ability to explore.
You and I gotta get one of these.
Bet we could build one out of a vacuum cleaner and some old tires if we put our minds to it.
Either way, I just find it kind of funny. One of them goes for like the overly cool mythical name, and the other just goes for something average.
Think underwater living sounds like science fiction? Think again.
In a sense, you can kind of get at the difference between their mindsets just from that alone.
This model proposes a permanent residence beneath the waves. Today, New Yorkers are building up to save space. Tomorrow, we could be building beneath the sea.
Pass.
What? You
Like,
scared?
Of
Miles
sharks,
going
the
for like
dark,
that
tiny
normalish
enclosed
name,
spaces?
you get the
That's a no
idea.
for me.
Yeah, he's a bit more down to earth. And likewise, Finn's reaching for the stars, so she's gonna name something as awesome as possible.
95% of the Earth's oceans remain unexplored and could be the next frontier in human habitation.
It's weird to think how
For a
little
sec.
we know about our own planet.
Ugh.
You know, I bet the reason why none of this ever happened within the
What do you think?
within this universe,
Sell out and make this place cooler than it has any
Atlantis.
This dive suit is one of the first developed in the early 18th century. The first pressure-proof diving suit was developed
Namor saw what humans were doing, and he was like, no.
used by salvage workers.
Think we'll ever encounter Namor in one of these games?
Think they'll let me try?
Probably not.
Would love to see you try to walk around in that thing.
Can't be worse than those shoes you wore to the spring dance.
Oh, come on. Yours were at least an inch higher than mine. Let's go to the main hall.
Yo.
Special exhibits upstairs. There's the
Huh.
elevator.
We've got
Doesn't
time to
that
look around
suit look
first.
kind of familiar? Sad enough, I can't quite place where I've seen it before.
The
The diving suit.
When's Rick gonna get here?
He just texted. Said he was headed into the subway.
So it could be anywhere from 30 minutes to 2 hours.
Basically.
I don't know,
Is it
man.
weird that I get Mysterio vibes from this? Maybe it's the shape of the helmet.
Yeah. We'd have to see what his costume actually looks like before we. Yeah.
Government and privately owned spacecraft explore our planet, solar system, and galaxy. To communicate with them, scientists use radio antennas to send and receive messages across local and interstellar space.
Oh, I bet the sound quality on these are dope.
Not from space.
This housing initiative on Mars, our closest neighbor in the solar system. This community is designed to draw on abundant water and counteract low temperatures, making human life possible on the
So, in other
It's
news,
like a whole little community on Mars.
I applied for a job yesterday.
Street art.
Oh, cool.
The local grocery store is looking for all kinds of stuff. So I applied for like stocking shelves at night and cart return.
Okay.
I figured, given my infuriatingly insomniac nocturnal tendencies, I might be best suited for night work.
Yeah.
Whoa, check it out. Metal that changes shape.
I like the idea, but it looks kind of basic. Bet it could be improved.
You know, it's funny that Finn says that.
Architectural innovations are the key to human survival on extraterrestrial planets. This model home would protect human inhabitants from the low temperatures on Mars.
Check it out. You want a house on Mars?
It at least gives me a goal to work towards if I do manage to get the job.
They won't let you take all that.
I know one thing I'm going to use my first paycheck on. Heck. It was either going to be that or hunt down the VNR Optimus Prime.
So you admit defeat?
Never.
Oh, faster!
Come on, Rocket Buddy! Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, go, 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 go! Gotcha! Found something I'm better at than you.
Not for long.
Either way, like, both me and my mom are applying for wherever we can find work in the local area.
Well, I hope you get the job, man.
Same. Because, like, if we're going to get anywhere in the next few years, we're going to need as many people working as we can get.
Scans for minerals, carries people across toxic wastelands. What can't it do?
Can you imagine driving this thing down Fifth? Move, pedestrians.
Solar energy, already popular on Earth, could provide heat and electricity for space stations, shuttles, and extraterrestrial settlements. These Oscorp stickers show how flexible and affordable solar cells can be. Go on, take a sticker.
Ooh, shiny.
Ooh, shiny? Those are portable adhesive solar panels.
Ooh, portable shiny.
Do you have tickets for the
I'm
special
also
exhibit?
bringing this up so people know that,
Project is on display.
you know, if I end up not showing up for a stream and there's,
And we're sold out.
like,
Can't let you go upstairs.
not much explanation beyond I was at work, there you go.
So we need another way in.
Alright.
She said there's no more tickets.
Right, but see that door? The hallway behind it wraps around to the elevator.
Can't just break in.
We have to. They're taking down the exhibit tomorrow, and then we'll never
Locked.
see it. I recognize that kind of lock. If you shine a light at it, it'll open.
The flashlights on our phones will work. They won't reach.
They will if we find a way to slide something reflective under the door.
Something reflective. It'd be nice to find something mutable.
Mutable? You mean changes shape? Look at you breaking out the fancy vocab.
Shut up. Oh, look. Solar mirrors. And sticky on the back.
Perfect for tricking a light-sensitive lock. Take one.
Now we need something we could slide under the door.
So, on something more or less unrelated, I figure it's time to finally address this.
Shape memory alloy. could change the shape on the museum
So
map.
Power Rangers is effectively over.
So I was right about joking
This
that
stuff
it's
is
dead.
crazy. Think it's a meta material?
Like,
Must be.
the idea is that
Wonder if
the
it's using
original
phonic
continuity
band
that we've been following
That's
since
it.
1993,
Don't let anyone see.
it stops with his cosmic theory. And more than likely, they're gearing up for a reboot. Which, if their words are to be believed, this reboot is going to be very much focused on effectively not so much abandoning tokusatsu as it is just looking for another medium to express it.
Let's get that door open.
So instead of live action people in suits, they might go the animation route, which in turn would leave them more free to introduce new Rangers, new powers, new Zords, new weapons.
I mean, as long as they keep the tokusatsu elements in some degree.
Do you think you can handle it? With enough time and a lot of coffee? Absolutely. I'll supply the coffee. Well done, Peter. I couldn't do this without you. We should probably head back to the lab. We've overstayed our lunch break.
Oh, Doc, I'm so
But
sorry.
I am still slightly miffed that there are people who are getting all high and mighty and smug about it, going, "See, this was almost like this season was almost entirely original footage, save for the Megazord battles. So yeah, we don't need the Sentai footage. We don't need Tokusatsu. Toku is the genre. Sentai footage was the medium. They are not the same."
Integration over the mesh.
Because I will fight you if you tell me that Gridman is not Tokusatsu.
Yeah.
Oscorp Science Center. Huh. Norman can't build anything without making sure.
Just because SSSS Gridman and its sequels are anime does not make them any less Toku.
Really, really stupid.
If we open our own lab someday, that's what I'm naming.
Like, there's plenty of anime that count as...
For all your R&D needs.
They can count as tokusatsu
I've got the light.
because
Tell me
of
when the sticker's pointed at the sensor, and I'll turn it on.
multiple factors, but
Gotta hurry.
Because it would be the same as arguing that Star Wars The Clone Wars is not a Star Wars thing because it happens to be animated and not live action. Most Star Wars fans would hear that and immediately crucify whoever said it.
yeah.
Need something else. No, not quite.
But then again, it's the Star Wars fan base, and they already have that kind of reaction to anybody who disagrees with them, so...
That was awesome. I'm gonna miss doing stuff like this with you.
What are you talking about?
Hello?
Like, if you have the guts to tell them you're a fan of both Star Trek and Star Wars, the joke is that either fan base will look at you like you grew a third head.
I'm gonna make time for us. Seriously.
Okay. Ugh, this is getting mushy. Come on, let's head upstairs.
Like a second and a third one.
Like, I just really hope that they don't, like, ignore their roots.
Hey, Dad.
I mean, to be fair, if they want it to sell, they kind of have to basically just make it Mighty Morphin forever, so...
Dad, it's not a big deal.
Well, I meant, like, the tokusatsu
It's
route.
totally a big deal.
Okay, okay. We'll get a picture. Love you, Dad.
Yeah,
Bye.
that would suck if they did fully abandon Toku.
This is it.
But
Our
then,
project's
without
in the bag.
Tokusatsu, what is Power Rangers?
Exactly. The people that keep saying, "Oh, Power Rangers doesn't need Toku footage,"
Otherwise, what's
it
the point?
kind of does. Otherwise, it's not Power
Maybe hook it up to a
Rangers.
trash can.
Like, the whole premise of Power Rangers and the reason it was brought here in the first place was to see if Tokusatsu could work as something, you know, cheap to produce and see if kids will buy it.
Nuclear reactor.
Exactly.
Rick's working on something that's
And you
supposed
know
to make
what?
nuclear energy obsolete.
It worked!
Do we get to know what it is?
It worked for 30 years!
Roxxon's keeping it super secret.
So thinking that it doesn't need it, that's just arrogant. And
That's like saying
ignorant.
Transformers doesn't need sci-fi.
Wonder if they can grow
That's like
flowers
saying
in
Star
space.
Trek doesn't need aliens.
Probably more interested in food. Why? You trying to impress someone?
I like to be prepared. In case I get a crush on a cute astronaut.
No, I say that, and chances are there probably is an entirely human Star Trek thing out there that I'm not aware of.
The most powerful single nozzle liquid
If you
fuel
were to
rocket
animate
engine
Monster
ever
Fight
made.
I'd love to build something
and make that footage yourself, as long as you're still filling a similar aesthetic to some of the Tokusatsu stuff, then actually you haven't lost it.
And Kraken provided the voice of reason again. Basically, she's just confirming. Like, basically, long story short, she is saying exactly what I'm hoping for, and that you can still do, like, say, an animated series for Power Rangers without losing the kind of Toku niche, just as long as you replace it with something that functions similarly.
Would you look at that?
Like, do something similar to Gridman.
Award-winning scientists.
No one told us we were in the special
More like
exhibit.
Avatar or something.
Ticket only.
And have
How'd you
like
get in?
still fights and stuff
bought
go
a
on
ticket.
in that style, and as long as it fills
I mean,
the same batch of
To be
stuff.
fair, case in point,
Hey,
if you want to tell
we need
me
a picture.
Sentai or Power Rangers could work in animation, look no
You gotta
further
be
than
in it too.
SSSS
You helped us get
Gridman.
it working.
Okay,
You know,
okay,
if you
fine,
build
fine,
something
fine.
like
Scoot
that
over.
in that space,
All
but you're also
right.
making that yourself
Say
now. You
Leos.
are not tied
I am
solely
not
to
saying
making sure that you have to tell the same kind of story, where the story you're telling has to bend over
I
backwards.
feel like I'd be
Actually
more
accommodate
willing to
the
accept.
Tokusatsu.
I feel like I'd be more open to accepting the change if some people weren't getting smug about it.
I mean, because if you so okay, well, all we need in this episode is for the lipstick monster to show up. But now you can draw and animate your own footage for that fight.
You need to know.
You can now also fill
I'm
that
done
space with the kind of
listening to
dialogue and moments you want to fill it with,
And,
the
like,
story you want to tell.
To be
then-
fair, like with the animated medium, and like to be fair, with the animated medium, we could get heads. We could actually feasibly get something like Dawn Brothers to work.
I mean,
Would we want it to work, though?
You're trying to tell when it has to be
Basically,
stuck.
yes, because if you could actually get it to work and not suck,
They're able to now animate that and not have to be held over just by the footage they have from overseas. They can do whatever they want with the story. That actually gives them more space and more freedom to actually
because like
tell the kind of story
a
they
good chunk of, because like on that tangent, a good chunk of Dawn Brothers' problems is spoken from a guy who's only reacting to how people seem to react to the show as opposed to having seen it, because I haven't. Well, it seems to me like it mostly comes down to the writing, which you can fix. Like, right? Most of its problems are coming from the writing.
Yeah.
Oh, come on! This is my favorite museum!
You could all, like, in the animated space, you could also kind of work around the whole Uncanny Valley shit that is,
KG Brother and
like, the Black and Pink Rangers.
yeah, KG Brother and Emu Brother.
Like, in animation, that doesn't look nearly as out of place.
Also, hi Taro.
Figures he shows up while we're talking about how Sentai.
He played the Mega Ranger theme.
Like, imagine that, like, say we did get a reboot of Power Rangers, and for sake of argument, we get an animated series version of Power Rangers in space. Imagine how much more we could do with that in animation.
Oh.
We could actually visit more planets, see different kinds of aliens. It's effectively like, we could have legit crossed Star Trek with Power Rangers like they seem to want to do. And furthermore, because it's animation, and we can add and remove Rangers as we please that way, without having to spend the budget to create a suit, we could get new Ranger colors. We could legit get more orange Rangers, and I can't believe I can say more now instead of just get them in general, because thank you, final season.
I mean, say what you will, at least we got an orange Ranger!
So, yeah, we could get more orange Rangers. We could get a brown Ranger.
Astromina could be a purple Ranger.
Heck, for comedy's sake, we could have a plaid Ranger.
Before Finn destroys the reactor.
And yes, I say for comedy's sake, because even in animation, no one would take that seriously, and no one should take that seriously.
How's the evacuation going? Are you safe?
They weren't having the same conversation at the same time. The people attack people anyway. But we borrowed the footage, so now we gotta finally bend over and explain why that's going on. So people start to act slightly out of character.
Kraken's venting an issue with Mystic Force, don't mind.
Oh, okay.
Please. Issues like we had with this.
So,
they can make their own footage.
remember Xander, the Green Ranger?
Yes.
Remember the running gag that is Plan Xander?
Yes.
Here's how they subverted it in one episode. It legit was almost gonna work.
I do remember that.
It would have worked had Pink decided not to jump in and be a murder hobo.
Alright. Well, we are finally at the end of the game.
Can you hear me?
Alright. Focusing. To finish that point though, so I can focus, like, Pink shows up and basically goes all murder hobo and ruins any chance of a diplomatic take solution. So, in animation, you could fully commit to subverting the joke and have Plan Xander work without always having to do that attack. Like, just imagine. Like, oh. Okay. Quick tangent before I fully put the focus in here. I'm going like, yeah, imagine an animated version of In Space with his more freedom to do what it wants. No, imagine a fully animated Mystic Force with the freedom to do what it wanted to do. An animated series about a Power Rangers team that uses magic.
That would be cool.
Alright. I'm good. I'm good. I'm done. We may resume.
Okay.
Like, it's out of my system, I'm good.
Alright. Also, Taro says, hey yo, nah, Astromina can stay pink. Us purple Toku heroes don't want her.
Okay, bullshit. Like, yeah, the Astronema personality can stay away. But Corone, on the other hand?
Let her be her own ranger, damn it.
Like, Corone earned that ranger role, so let her be in Space Purple.
Are you with Caleb? Are you okay?
See, we're with Gloria, kid. This
I'd say he acts like being a purple Toku hero is some kind of exclusive club, but then I realize it kind of is.
Yeah. There's not that many purple Toku heroes.
More than you... Like, it's a case of abridged trust. More than you know, less than you think. That said, we are effectively reaching New York's second apocalypse in less than a year.
Yeah.
Hey, one out, 3 more show up. Great.
It's like between Marvel Spider-Man 1 and this game, it's maybe been a couple months.
It's been a year. Roughly. Because the events of the main game happen within October and November, and this takes place during Christmas and New Year's Eve, the following year.
So, okay. So yeah, a little over a year.
Miles, meanwhile, has only really, like, his training started in February of this year. I think, when did the first Spider-Man game come out? 2018?
Yep.
So yeah. His training began in February of 2019. And this game takes place in the winter of 2019.
More fighting on the roof. This is getting bad.
Which means, even if Miles prevents this apocalypse, there's still the plague.
The plague?
We need help by feet.
COVID.
Oh yeah.
It's basically my shorthand for it. I just call it the plague.
I remember the Game Grumps called it the Backstreet Boys Reunion Tour.
Sounds like you did. Where are you, Miles?
Near 125th. Looking for my mom.
I would ask why they chose that name, but I probably don't want to know.
Protect yourself, okay?
They had no reason.
Okay. Yeah, I believe it's a hit.
They just picked it because it was funny.
You too, kid.
Tara says, "Listen, I said Astromina, not Perot."
I mean, alternate personalities, same person.
So, if they do go animated, do you think we'll get more Mighty Morphin Rangers?
Oh, without a doubt. Mighty Morphin sells, whether we like it or not.
Because, like, it'd be cool to have a Ranger for Titanus.
It would. And hell, they might actually pull a fast one on us and have Bulk and Skull become official Rangers, like, legitimate.
Dude, they could make auxiliary Zords.
Like I said, Mighty Morphin sells, and they're inevitably going to stick with it. So introducing new Mighty Morphin Rangers and effectively making an army team of Diamond Chest freaking dinosaur people would be, like, more or less the way they'd go.
I'm close, but I need to take care of Roxxon and the underground before the streets are
Like,
safe.
it would be like the freaking Spirit Rangers in Jungle Fury, that situation all over again, but easier to do en masse.
Yeah, because, like, if you're doing it animated, like, you're not restricted by the Toku footage, which, I mean, yeah, as long as they don't...
I think that is more what people are getting all uppity about, leaving behind. The restrictions, as opposed to the concept of the Sentai footage itself.
Streets are still a mess. For me to stop them.
Because let's face it, people want to see more stories in this universe, and with the Sentai footage in place, there's inevitably going to be some limitations.
Yeah, I mean,
we can only work around that so well.
I mean, we like, there are some seasons that cannot be adapted for very good reasons. For example, Dawn Brothers. It's too Japanese.
Or it's so Fuser, because trains just aren't popular here.
Which I want to say bullshit, but
it's more so because trains aren't super common in the States.
Yeah.
Like, in Japan, trains are everywhere. It's an easy form of mass transit that can get you a good variety of places in there. The infrastructure supports it. We kind of stopped using trains once we proved that automobiles can get you more places and more comfort.
Yeah.
Or at the very least, more places. Like, ever since that first cross-country road trip, it's been like, oh, hey. Would you believe that that first road trip was legit done on a dare? It was a bet for like a very comparatively minor monetary reward compared to what the people doing the trip would have had to spend to maintain the car and keep going.
She started already.
And the person who actually did the driving and eventually made it admits that he did it to prove a point. He didn't care about the bet. He didn't care about the reward.
Get out of here, young blood.
Yo, Prowler actually stepping up.
He's right.
But yeah, like, if we're still gonna talk Power Rangers in animation, like, there are some seasons we have already that would have worked that much better with animation. Like, imagine the Wild Zords we could have got in Wild Force if that had been animated.
Yeah. Alright, final boss fight, let's go! Oh!
You don't know what you're doing.
They deserve what's coming to them.
No, the reactor. Krieger changed his specs. You're not just gonna destroy Roxxon Plaza. You're gonna vaporize all of Harlem.
I'm not gonna let you lie to me again!
Ouch. Just ouch.
Yep.
You're too late.
Damn!
I was just waiting for Miles to scream at her. Why? Why would I lie to you about something that's going to murder thousands of people?
I can't let you do this.
I can't let you stop me.
Don't you see what the reactor's doing?
Destroying the plaza! Tearing down Krieger's monument!
If the plaza melts down, it'll take Harlem with it.
Who fed you that? Krieger? I ran the numbers! Too slow, Miles!
Why won't you listen to me?
Krieger couldn't change the reactor! He's not that smart!
He's smart enough. Let me stop this. I don't want to fight. We'll talk. After I disable the reactor.
Uh-oh.
Finn, look! The reactor's still going critical. Soon we won't be able to stop it.
No! I am not running away again!
I'm just waiting for that inevitable, oh shit, he's right moment.
Gotta remember what that Super Venom Blast move was. Mega Venom Blast. Okay.
You are the one person I needed on my side!
I am on your side. We can take down Roxxon with what we know about nuclear.
Oh, I don't even have any
It
Venom.
won't work! No one cares!
I love the little chibi Spideys they add to the phone for like the little full effect there.
Yeah.
Feel that? We have to stop the reactor.
Not gonna make it easy for you, Miles! How do you move so fast?
Oh, hey, Battle Royale, my favorite. Just wanted to chime in and let you know, so you don't worry. We're gonna be just fine if this building blows. Hell, we'll be fine if all apartments blow. I mean, do you have any idea what kind of insurance we've got? Not being the victims of a terrorist attack? Get Roxxon Plaza. Coming soon, Roxxon City. All right, later, kids.
Seriously, how does she not? How does she hear that?
Not like this.
She's being stubborn. Honestly, though, like, I was just waiting for someone to ask her, would your brother really have wanted this?
He definitely would not.
Don't say his name. I know you feel those shockwaves.
Of course, it's not about him. It was never about him.
Leave!
Of course, if I said that to her face, she'd kill me. If I said anything to her, she'd kill me. But
It was definitely about Rick when this started, but now it's not about him anymore.
like, it's not about him. Not anymore. Now it's just your stupid pride.
Every chance to leave.
You're not in this for justice anymore. You just want to hurt people.
Don't make me kill you! You can't win! Why do you keep fighting?
Because I'm Spider-Man. Death wheels. Okay.
I would have also accepted because it's the right thing to do, which would probably have hit her harder.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, stream's going pretty well. We're basically at the end.
Yeah. We're doing pretty damn well. We're at the final boss. We're doing good. And she dodged the Mega Venom Blast. Guess I can't cheese this fight.
Maybe if you actually... Like, maybe it's a proximity thing.
It is.
Yeah, I know.
Did that bitch just try to stun loop you?
Yes.
I knew you were cheap, but really?
I'm done listening.
Oh, so hello, Shay April.
You won't stop me.
Then I'll go down trying.
Like, to use a Doctor Who quote for why Miles keeps doing this. Because it's right. Because it's decent. And above all, it's kind. Just that. Just kind.
This shouldn't be happening.
I can stop it.
Oh, finally starting to realize you fucked up, huh?
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Leap of faith! Ouch!
Yep.
Not much time. I have to go. Just a little further.
Whew.
To hurry. It's gonna go. Any minute.
Time for the death march. It's okay, Miles. Even if this does take you out, this is the Marvel Universe. You'll be back in like 3 months. I love how the game itself has been exclusively referring to Miles as Spider-Man for basically the entirety of this last act.
Mm-hmm.
And it fully hits in just how badly she screwed up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if the normal electricity thing feels like a sugar rush, this is just gotta be pain.
Yep.
Get them far away. I can't hold this in much longer. What are you...
It's okay. Just let go.
Oh, you can see his heart.
Let go.
I love how it looks like a spider's web. Also, how? How did he survive that?
Oh, God. Say something.
Especially if she didn't. I'm
No,
convinced she did because he did.
Not the blast.
We're safe. All of us.
Yeah, hitting the ground, that definitely did some damage. Thank you, approximate durability of a human-sized spider. But like, that is a neat detail. All that energy made like the outer layer of his costume flake off.
Yep. Also, as it was like getting worse and worse, you could literally see inside of him. His ribs, his heart.
He's so young. Hey, get out of here, kid. We'll take care of them.
Did you see his face?
You did good, Spider-Man.
Thanks.
Who is he?
That guy? He's our Spider-Man.
Ultimate sacrifice. Four weeks later.
Come on, those are clearly deep fakes. They're deep fakes. You understand?
I'd like to think that he started using the gold suit in the interim between like, hey, when we last saw him and the current point here, just to go, yeah, it took me a while to repair my old suit.
Flipped on him and Roxxon. Davis will serve time, but could get a reduced sentence. I think we can all learn something from what happened in Harlem. Together, we're stronger. And that having your own neighborhood Spider-Man is pretty great.
Looking good, Haley. This is where we come from, yeah, we did it. City on my back, I'm committed. This is where we come from, yeah, we made it. Now the whole team celebrating. We like,
And it's beautiful the fact that they added Miles' costume to this.
Yes.
Miles truly has become the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man of Brooklyn.
Harlem.
Right, Harlem. My bad. Like, genuinely my bad.
Still can't get over that.
I don't New York.
So cool.
Gotta be me.
Yeah, you do.
So the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man of Harlem.
Mm-hmm. And later Brooklyn.
And later Brooklyn. So I was
Some
partly
of it,
right.
yeah. Some things never get easier, though.
Roxxon did this uptown because they saw us as disposable.
And Pete compliments the suit.
Rick,
Of course.
all of Harlem. I think part of our job is making sure they can't get away with it.
We'll add it to the Spider-Man oath. Go time?
Go time.
Oh, I love this. So yeah, that was Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales. And honestly, even if it wasn't as long or as big as the last one, it's still a good damn game. Damn good game.
It definitely had its emotional highs and lows, that's for certain.
The Prowler fight, hands down, the best fight in the game. I mean, the final boss was cool and all, but I feel like there was more emotion with the Prowler fight than there was with the.
Because that especially happens because if you do all the Uncle Aaron side quest stuff and get that suit and build things up, like you definitely feel that emotional connection. I'm certain it's still there even if you don't do all the side quest stuff, but especially if you go out of your way to experience that story in the game.
Yeah.
Miles himself was a fun character, and I look forward to seeing more of him in the future.
Yep. Like we had already gotten like half of his story in the first game, and we get more of it here. Like I would argue that the first half of the story, losing his dad, gaining powers, slowly learning responsibility, that's in the first half. The second half is putting it into practice.
Which we saw here.
Yes.
And as we saw with that climax of the game, Miles definitely has his heart in the right place and is willing to put everything on the line to do what's right.
He definitely got that from his dad.
Fictional character he may be, I'm still proud of this kid.
Yeah.
She know what the deal is, a clip full of heroes. She made me moonwalk on the ceiling. Just ask, they know we the illest. Spidey sense, I feel the vision. They really think they can get us. They checking the drip when I flip off the building. Yeah.
I know people are like split about Finn, but I really hope she's alive and comes back in the second game.
Or at the very least later in the timeline.
Yeah, because I could see her coming back, like heavily crippled from the explosion, but true to her name is still like tinkering and making weapons. Oh yeah, this is when Chadwick Boseman died. Damn. Be greater. Be yourself. And here we go.
Residents of Harlem are still feeling the effects of the recent citywide uprising of the group known as the Underground. While the Roxxon Corporation deals with a rash of lawsuits, newly elected City Councilwoman Rio Morales
There's Kurt Connors.
to make a plea for additional public funds to assist with the
Vitals are good, circulatory system healthy, brain activity normal. He's been in there long enough. Mr. Osborne, I understand he's your son.
Well, Harry's awake, that's for certain.
But we may be underestimating the potential danger.
I said, get him out! Now!
So yeah, this game's great. Had a blast with it.
I'm also just gonna go on a quick tangent there. once again, we see that, at least for now, there is something Norman truly cares about. He does definitely love his son. Like, he wants him back. Like,
Norman may be a monster
in
in every sense of the word, but he is still, at his heart, a family man. He loved his wife. He loves his son. He'll do anything, and I do mean anything, to make sure that they're okay, even if it's something that would violate the Geneva Convention.
And I love how, like, as you see Harry coming, back to consciousness and looking around, there's little black tendrils all over.
Yep. I mean, we saw it in the last game, too.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm still looking forward to I'm still looking forward to seeing Harry and Peter interacting in the next game.
Same.
Because, like, from the way they talk about Harry, both Pete and MJ, and the way Harry speaks kind of to Peter through the phone messages left at the science stations, it's clear these three were close.
Yeah.
Like, they definitely had a strong friendship. Plus, it's just nice to see Pete and Harry interacting in a way that's not Harry taking up his father's mantle to try to kill him.
Yes.
So I keep hearing irrational raves from hormonally unbalanced youth Jared's age. Wait, how old? Good heavens, man, get a real...
So, a while back when Marvel Spider-Man 2 was basically first being, talked about, we got that first trailer and we got, hints of Kraven being there before he had been straight up confirmed.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted it delivered fresh.
I had suggested, they could have possibly done a Kraven's Last Hunt style story, where at some point, Pete ends up getting buried alive and Kraven takes over, and at that point, and especially now that we know about the Spidey switching mechanic, I feel like at this point in the story, you'd be locked into playing as Miles until you can track down this phony Spidey.
That would be interesting. But with...
You should have ordered your own. This is mine. Mine, Jared. Out.
With everything they seem to be throwing into this game, I feel like that would be too much. You know?
Like, at the time, we didn't really fully know if Venom was gonna be there or if it was just like, oh, he'll show up at the end of the game after you're done with the suit. Honestly, I should have put more faith in Insomniac than that.
Yeah.
But, like, it would be interesting to see Kraven's Last Hunt recreated in this universe at some point.
It would be. I guess it all really depends on, like, what happens to Kraven in this game. Because he's clearly, like... It's like in the last game where Mr. Negative was the villain that most of the focus was put on, and then like in the later half of the game, that's when Doc Ock happened. I feel like they're doing the same thing here. First half of the game is Kraven. Second half of the game is going to be Venom. You know?
Yeah, that seems about right.
It all really depends on like what they're going to do to...
And also, if Insomniac knows what they're doing at all, they're gonna make it so Venom is not necessarily destroyed by the end of the game. They will keep Venom hanging around and just gotta give us that bittersweet ending of he's still out there.
Yes. Because, I mean, think about it. Outside of this game, the previous Spider-Man game didn't, like, none of the villains were killed off or anything. By the end of the game, they were all in prison. Ish.
And considering they could break out at any time, because, let's face it, it's a superhero universe.
Yes.
We could feasibly see any of them come back in a later game.
Mm-hmm. And also, like, they didn't kill off Doc Ock. He's still there. He could still be a threat.
I mean, we saw the look he gave the camera at the end of that cutscene. Dr. Octopus might not be a thing right now, but the Master Planner sure is.
Oh, yeah.
For those who don't get the reference, there was a time in Marvel Comics where Otto Octavius went by the alias the Master Planner. Funny enough, this was I believe it was a story that involved the Sinister Six. At that point, he was basically staying in the shadows, just kind of working to inconvenience Peter at every possible opportunity while he's working on getting his revenge on Spider-Man. Otto Octavius has many things. Petty's was certainly one of them.
Yep. I mean, his entire plan in the first game was to get back at Norman.
And you know what the sad thing is? I once wrote a line for Ultra Magnus in a hypothetical Mass Effect Transformers crossover that I can in turn still use against Otto. Only the blind and the foolish fail to see themselves in the mirror, Doctor. Because we've heard how Otto describes Norman, and by the end of the game, he is everything he claimed Norman to be.
Yep.
Can't have your cake and eat it too, Otto. If you want to be the better man in this whole thing, act like the better man. That said, because of the events of the first game, we know for a fact that if he ever does break out and get his arms back, he will immediately know the difference between Peter and Miles.
Yep.
Not like there was much of a difference to tell in the first place. Like, their costumes are very different.
Well, I mean, like, imagine his well, no. Well, no, because of the neural implant, like it remember, it fucks with his head. Imagine he's so far gone that he can't even tell the difference.
Damn. Like, the thing is, while the neural implant does warp his mind, I don't think it really messed with his perception any.
It does mess with his memories. Because when we're working on it. Also, hello to whoever just joined. When we're working on it in the first game, one of the effects is long-term memory damage.
That would be an interesting story angle to take, though.
Yeah.
Every spider hero is the same to him.
Also, it could explain away why he is unable to, like, he knows Peter's secret identity. Well, why doesn't he tell everyone?
Honestly, that's just Otto's pride getting in the way.
Either that, or he ends up forgetting.
Which, that would be an interesting angle. Long-term memory damage, eventually when the short-term becomes long-term, it just deletes.
Yep.
It would also explain his tunnel vision.
Yep.
Because Octavius is many things, and tunnel vision is most definitely one of those things. Like, it is difficult to get Otto Octavius to change his mind on something in the first place. But when he really wants something, the rest of the world is tuned out, and that's the only thing on his mind. To the point where he'll even forget why he wanted it.
Yep. I don't know, this probably won't have anything to do with anything, but remember when he tried to marry Aunt May?
Oh. Yes.
That ugh said it all.
It was a weird-ass story in, like, some of Spidey's early history. There was a point where Aunt May and Otto Octavius started dating and almost got married.
I think it's because he inherited something he wanted.
Yes.
I remember reading about that somewhere.
Yes, that is true. It was still weird, and I agree with every reaction Peter had at the time.
Peter's reactions being, ew, 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 ew.
Basically.
I have like, I'm gonna do one Wonderful Life playthrough for each marriage candidate. I've already married Cecilia, so I'm not gonna do her again, but my character's, child became an academic because I made a mistake during one of the cutscenes. If they get a box and you want them to be farmer, don't say anything positive, say everything negative. Or else they're gonna get a huge boost in academics.
Oof.
I'm doing, well, my Sammy character is marrying Nami. Got my Ed character married Cecilia, and I'm doing Ruby of Lumina because it's the closest to wives we got.
Fair.
And then I got a Nagato based off Danganronpa. He's gonna do Mark, so another farmer chance there. Rock is the last, and I don't like Rock.
Yeah. You know, Bear, something just happened. Like, something just occurred to me. But this goes back to, like, something we were talking about before the stream began.
Goodbye, Finn.
Maybe instead of a gym ground type, you'd rather have a gym striker.
I'm listening.
The gym striker is a close combat unit with heavy armor, a very high performance. It is effectively the best close combat unit that the Federation ever produced that was not just a straight up Gundam.
Okay.
It's covered head to toe in reactive armor that can be blown off if need be.
You busy? Not too busy. What's going on?
I just left
The shield you typically see with it is, you know, the ground type Gundam shield?
Tell me about it.
Imagine that up armored with a pair of freaking pile bunkers attached to one end.
She's the one who put us in danger in the first place.
Well, it is typically seen with the machine gun you'd associate with a Gym ground type or a Gundam ground type. It does have a variety of weapons it can use. It can basically field more or less everything the Federation had at that time.
But every time I look at him,
Its primary melee weapon is a beam saber stored on its backpack, but it is more well known for its other melee weapon,
and why you loved her.
the twin beam scythe.
Yeah.
Or twin beam spear, depending on the configuration you have it in.
See, te quiero.
You know that beam lance thing that could switch to a scythe mode by just rotating the beam sabers?
Ready to swing, Spider-Cat?
You two look great.
Yeah, the Gym Striker basically carries one of those standard.
Nice. Also, I have the Spider-Cat suit.
Some crimes, you two.
Ah!
Look at him!
Kitty, kitty, kitty.
Look at how cute he is! Oh, he's gone. Oh, there he is!
Aww.
I love the freaking hoodie, too.
He's a tiny little mask on his face. It's so cute.
And he'll actually help in some of the combat combos.
Yeah.
This is basically Kazuto with Felix right now.
Alright, well, that's going to be it for the stream today. I know it's shorter than usual, but we did just finish a game. So, thank you all for watching. This has been Vegas Bear.
And Mekumon.
Sammy last freaking minute toward the end of the game. Sorry, people.
And Taro and Webb had joined us in the beginning. And tomorrow, we're going back to the Cavern of Spooks for Inscription, which I am very
Yu-Gi-Oh!
excited.
Players beware. This is a real Shadow game.
Yeah. Since we beat this game, until Spider-Man 2 comes out, we're just going to be playing spooky games all October.
Spooky.
The Cavern of Spooks is open 6 days a week.
Yep.
No, wait, 5 days. 5 days a week. I don't know if you'd count Night in the Woods as a spooky game.
Trust me, it's a spooky game.
6 days a week.
Yeah. So, except for this Saturday, we are not streaming. We are doing D&D. So, anyway,
rest assured, the story we'll be doing in that game is gonna be spooky.
Yes. Dum dum da dum 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 da dum da dum. Anyway, starting tomorrow, we will be checking out Inscription. As I've said before, most of these games are going to be one-shots unless we like them enough to keep playing them later. So once October is wrapped up, we'll have a collection of games to play. So if we feel like, I want to see more of this game or that game, because I can guarantee you we will not be finishing Inscription in one day.
No.
It's a long game. So anyway, thank you all for watching, and we will see you guys on next stream. Alright? Peace.